In a world filled with busy schedules and endless distractions, taking charge of your health has never been more crucial. Welcome to a journey of empowerment, education, and well-being with Health Check with Dr. Nooristani.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ahmad Nooristani. I'm excited to invite you to join us on a quest for better health and understanding. You see, your health is your most valuable asset. It's time that we all take the reins and become well informed about our health and well-being.
We've all been there. Doctors' offices bustling with activity, and time is often short. But here's the truth. Staying informed about your health is not just important, it's essential. Doctors may not always have the luxury to dive into every detail during appointments, and that's where Health Check comes in. Our show is your go-to resource for in-depth insights on important health topics. Whether you're curious about the latest medical breakthroughs, seeking advice on managing chronic conditions, or simply looking to lead a healthier lifestyle, Health Check has got you covered. Health Check with Dr. Nooristani isn't just another show, it's an opportunity for you to take control of your health journey. Being informed means you can make decisions that align with your well-being and make the most out of your visits to the doctor's office. But Health Check is more than just a show, it's a movement driven by people like you who believe that knowledge is power and that by working together, we can create a healthier, happier community. Dr. Nooristani isn't just a doctor with over 16 years of experience. He's passionate, he's an advocate for change. He's not only started 2 nonprofit organizations to help the uninsured, but also actively engages in the community to ensure that everyone has access to vital healthcare information.
So are you ready to take charge of your health? Join us on Health Check with Dr. Nooristani as we explore a world of possibilities. Learn from experts and hear stories that will inspire us all.
Tune in to Health Check with Dr. Nooristani weekly to gain insights that can transform your health journey. Let's build a healthier, happier community together. Get ready to be informed, inspired, and tune in with your health.
We live in a world filled with notifications, deadlines, responsibilities, and noise. It's easy to feel lost or overwhelmed. But today, we might just find a simple solution to anchor ourselves. Mental health is a huge challenge in the United States. 1 out of 5 Americans suffer from mental illness. Almost 6 in 10 people with mental illness get no treatment or medication. In 2019 alone, an estimate of 48 million adults, this is 20% of the country, had a mental illness, but only 43% received any kind of help or saw help from a healthcare facilities or workers. We have 40,000 people die every year from suicide related to mental health and mental health issues. There are different type of mental illness, including mood disorders, eating disorders, schizophrenia, bipolar, PTSD, OCD. The list goes on and on. But one of them has become so prevalent, not in the United States, but also around the world, is anxiety. Anxiety disorder is the highest reported mental health issues in the United States. Over 43 million people suffer from it currently, and that number continue to rise. As a medical practitioner, we are so focused on diagnosing these people with different mental illnesses and then start prescribing drugs. Sometimes we forget that simple solution mitigate the problem that has been created. Simple solutions like breathing technique that our special guest, Levine, a certified breathwork practitioner, celebrity, media personality, and transformational expert, is going to shed some light with us today. She will introduce us to the world of breathwork, a potential key to claim our internal storms. If you ever feel like life is moving too fast, this conversation might be your much needed pause button. Breathwork include various practices which encompasses regulating the way we breathe, particularly to promote mental, physical, and emotional health. Techniques have emerged worldwide with complex historical roots from various traditions such as yoga, which is alternate nostril breathing, and Buddhism, which is a base breathing, along with a psychedelic communities, which involve more of recreational medicine, as well as medical and researcher and practitioner way of breathing, which is called a coherent or resonant frequency breathing. We'll be right back with our special guest, Ali Levine.
Did you know chemotherapy side effects are greatly reduced when the acid in your body's diluted? Learn how Balance 7 can support your well-being during treatment. Visit balance7.com or call 1-800-793-9039.
All right, welcome back. Once again, our special guest, Ali, is here. So Ali, welcome and thank you for taking time from your busy schedule and being a new mom. And I'm not sure how you have time, but so thank you for being here. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to breathwork and why it has changed your life.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. And yeah, hi everyone. I'm Ali Levine. So, as you mentioned, I'm a mother. I'm a mother of three. I started my motherhood journey back in 2018. And, I had a pretty beautiful pregnancy. And after having my first daughter, I really went in from that pregnancy thinking, oh, I'm going to have, a beautiful birth and everything's going to be great. And I'm going to go right back to work and do all these things. And that's what I thought it was going to be. And that was not my story. I had a pretty traumatic birth and it was 42 hours long. It wound up in a C-section. And very shortly after, I moved into pretty heavy postpartum depression. And that was honestly what began my wellness journey, my healing journey, and then eventually led me to breathwork, was the fact that I felt like I had been on autopilot and a grind for so long. I think many of us can relate to that. And it came to a place where it was pretty much just at my detriment. I was trying to throw myself right back into work without healing. I was trying to, kind of bypass the healing phase and go moving into a new stage. I didn't want to necessarily see myself in a new chapter. I wanted to stay as old Ali, but then just be a new mom. And I don't personally believe that can happen. I really believe we are reborn with our children in the most beautiful way, but we have to shift and change. And I wasn't ready to, and I believe what we resist persists. And I saw that in my own life. And the more I did it, the more the postpartum depression just got deeper and deeper. And so fast forward after, quite a bit of healing work and taking a step back from work and everything I was doing and focusing on Ali and me, my mental health, my emotional, spiritual well-being, physical well-being, all of that. About a year and a half later, I started finding myself again. That actually started with meditation and a lot of other practices, including breathwork. And then it wasn't until 2020 where breathwork really showed up profoundly in my life, because I think, like most of us, 2020 was quite the roller coaster. And I was pregnant with my second daughter at the time, and I was having a really hard time finding stillness again, finding calm, presence, all of the things I had worked, really intentional on that I had moved through. Everything was coming back up in an even more intense way. And that is when breathwork showed up profoundly in my life. And it truly changed everything for me. Even though everything on the outside of the world was chaos, and I was really, seeing the chaos in everyone's too, I was able to be in a place of inner peace. I was able to be in a place of, I trust and I know, my body, I know what I'm feeling, and I can move through these thoughts, these heavy things that are coming up, and I can use the breath to do so. And that's why now I say, as a certified breathwork practitioner, come home to yourself through the breath. Because I believe when we breathe deeply and regulate our nervous system through those breathwork exercises, we can actually start to feel authentically who we are. And we don't get stuck in the feelings. We don't get stuck in what is happening and make that part of us. It's something we have to go through, but it doesn't become part of us. And that has been a huge journey for me, of feeling it in order to heal it, but not staying in it and allowing it to become part of me.
Well, wow, that journey absolutely is amazing. As a physician, I see hundreds and thousands of people in my career going through this massive postpartum depression, and it is a tough one. I mean,
Yes.
it is so hard. So I'm glad there are some simpler solution because once again, mental health is so deficit in this in this country, and we are going to talk a lot more about this and your work. So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to continue this amazing conversation.
Did you know acid buildup in your body is responsible for the majority of diseases? Discover how Balance 7 can help you maintain a healthy pH level. Visit balance7.com or call 1-800-793-9039. 1-800-793-9039.
Welcome back. So, Ali, I mean, the journey that you're describing, once again, you're not alone. Millions of people are suffering and going through this every single day. And actually, as a matter of fact, I'm seeing it in the hospital that I currently work, that the postpartum depression is huge. And not only that, other mental issues that comes in after birth, including anxiety, stress, post-traumatic stress disorder, that all comes through that. So it's amazing to have some easier way of accessing simpler things to help you overcome some of these challenges. And it's once again, it is very difficult. And once again, I'm so excited because this is a simple solution, and everybody could do it just by sitting at home. You don't have to attend a class. You don't have to do things. They're simple things. You can breathe and regulate your breathing and kind of deal with a lot of these problems. So that being said, tell me a little bit about what is breath work itself. I mean, if you could explain it to our audience, because I know it's a new sort of a new phenomena in the East. It has been in existence for thousands and for eons, related to spiritual, but also religious part of things, the combination. But in West, in the last 10 years, I know it has picked up momentum and speed. So just tell our audience what it is. What is breath work?
Yeah, absolutely. So, breath work is basically regulating your nervous system. What happens with most of us is we are in sympathetic nervous systems. What that means is it's a fight, flight, or freeze situation, and you are in a triggered reactionary space, whether you mean to be or not. And that's pretty much all of us, just because of what we're around and our jobs and our outside world. And the way we come into this world as babies, if you look at, even a young child, they breathe from their stomach into their chest and out. And that is your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the true homeostasis of the way our body is designed to be. And so when people will say to me, "Oh, but I breathe," I respond with them, "But do you really?" Because most of us are shallow breathing, and myself included, by the way, no judgment. We all do this. But why breath work is so powerful and so potent in the body is that different exercises that could be anywhere from 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We're not talking big chunks of time here. You can, as you mentioned, as you get deeper in the higher consciousness states and the spiritual and all of that, which is beautiful, but just the regulation in itself and the basics of it and the actual health improvements can be just in a few minutes each day. And you're using different exercises, whether it be through the nose and the mouth or all through the nose or a combination. I teach all different ways to do it, and it will help slow everything down in the body and allow you to just focus on the breath, which for me was such a gift, as I explained with 2020, because I no longer had to think about like meditation and other things where I know people struggle and they get stuck. I didn't have to keep thinking about, well, what's next? What's next? How do I stay silent? How do I stay present? No, our body literally is designed this way. So as you breathe and as you regulate your nervous system, everything starts to shut off. There's actual science that shows our neuroreceptors in the back of our brain do turn off within like about a minute or two, depending on the person. And we are able to just breathe and continue to anchor that in and allow ourselves to settle into the body and come into that true homeostasis.
You're absolutely right. I mean, tons of data, especially recently, is focused so much on breathing. So literally what it does a transformational effect in your brain. So when you are slowing down, that technique that slow down your breathing, what it does is it sends signal to the brain. When that signal to the brain is sent from literally from your breathing work, it slows down everything in your brain. It allows your brain to be synchronized and do the task that's need to do in a harmonious way and start communicating in such a different way that you don't get it, as you say, in the sympathetic state where you're just constantly on a go, 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 go.
Right. You return to the rest and digest instead of being on that grind and that consistent reactionary. You're able to actually observe what's going on and then make a decision versus just reacting, because that's the first thing most of us do. And that's where, for me, in motherhood, the postpartum depression, all of that has shown up profoundly, in my mental and spiritual well-being, and, why I'm able to show up now as I do, because, like you said, it's so hard when we're going through something so difficult, especially postpartum depression and anxiety, and so many mothers do. And we feel like a shell of a human. We feel so dark. We feel so alone. And I feel, so much for those moms and even parents who, experience this with their partners. And when we can access our breath, which is literally within us, and like you said, use these different exercises, we can come home to ourselves, our authentic state of being, and we can start to observe and move the emotions out. There is real studies that show the trauma we hold in our body, the emotions we hold in our body, move through. We improve our sleep. We improve, our gut health, our digestion, our immune system. We come out of the anxiety and depression, and we move into joy and inner peace. So there's so many benefits that come with doing these exercises.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about those benefits, talking about gut health, mental health. So we'll be right back.
Did you know by diluting the acid in your body, you may experience less joint pain? Take control of your health with Balance 7. Visit balance7.com or call 800-793-9039. 800-793-9039.
Welcome back, Ali. This is amazing. I'm learning so much. Once again, as a practitioner, to me, it's a gold mine, right? Something that I'm so focused in medicine and medication, and how do I take care of this patient by prescription. So that gives me and other practitioner, hopefully, more tools to deal with these kind of situations. So, why is it so important to have a regulated nervous system? We talked a little bit about it. But also, how is it important, these breath work and the gut health and overall wellness?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So we talked about the regulating. So that regulation allows us, especially as we do it every single day. And for me, multiple times a day, being a mother of 3 little ones, an entrepreneur, and all the things I do, it allows you to return back to presence, allows you to observe what's going on versus reacting to what's going on. I also breathe with my kids. I do breath work with them daily. I teach them that this is a tool that they can use to move through their emotions. I personally say that emotions are energy in motion. If we know we are energetic beings and who we are, then you're moving that energy out of the body. It's no longer being stuck. Nothing, as you know, as a practitioner, is meant to be stagnant. Everything is meant to flow and move. And so then, going to the gut health, right? It's all meant to flow. And our gut is literally our second brain. We're learning more and more now how powerful the gut is, and why a healed and healthy gut is going to send all the right fire and wiring, the neurons, when you add in breath work and what you're doing, like you said, with the brain and the syncing, and all the systems are working together in harmony. And then you feel, more relaxed and more in harmony. And the more you do these practices, you'll notice you are sleeping better. You are having less anxiety. Maybe you'll catch a thought that comes up that really wasn't your thought, but something that used to make you depressed, and you're able to see it. I know for me, that was a huge part of my healing journey, was something would come up that I used to believe about myself before. And then I'd say, oh, wait, nope, that's not mine. I don't believe that. And I could breathe through it and release it. And so there's so many benefits when it comes to, the way it works in the body with the nervous system, with the gut health and everything. And I believe where we are now, personally, many more people are looking for that mind, body, soul connection, and realizing that there never has been a separation. And the more we can be in harmony with it, the better we're all going to feel in and out.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's a transformational work, even though the science is lagging behind. We can see it through recent studies that, it shows significant improvement. So, but there's not enough data. There's not a lot of information available for people to go choose from and do certain exercises. So I know you have developed an app that show people how to do this work of breath work. What is the best way? It is as simple as it sounds, it's breathing, right? But it's
Right.
still there's specific techniques that optimizes your health even better, because the way it is done is so important. Take yoga, for example. I mean, you have to have certain way of understanding how to regulate it better in order to get maximum effect. So tell me a little bit of more about the program that you have created and what it offers, and most importantly, how many minutes do I need to spend a day doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I created my own app. It's called Breathe and Be. It's on the App Store and Google Play, just like it sounds. Word breathe, and then you can either search it with the ampersand sign or just A-N-D. It'll come up either way, and the letter B, because it's all about being in your being. I wanted you to have me in your pocket to guide you through, whether it be a 3-minute exercise, a 5-minute, a 7-minute. I have all different intentions on there as well. So, finding the power of you, helping you sleep, releasing anxiety, floating away in what's going on. There's all different types of intentions for what you're looking for, as well as breath work with meditation for longer videos and audio guidance. And in answer to your question, as far as what is it going to take, everyone is different, of course, because we're all unique. But for the most part, it has shown it is only 3 minutes where you can actually start to feel 3 minutes. Yes, I know, right? So simple. That is what all it takes to start to actually feel that restorativeness, that true homeostasis where the brain, like you said, will actually shut off. It allows the syncing to happen and you can just be present in your body and receive it. And so this is why I say when you make this a practice, which I did in my life, and do this every single day, even if it's just 2 to 3 minutes a day, I challenge you, it will change your life. You will truly see the emotions start to shift. You will start to recognize who you are fully, authentically as you, and you will be more confident in your life. You will be more authentic in your life, and you'll show up fully in every way possible, which is what we all want to be doing, right? We want to serve, we want to show up in the best version of us, which is why I say, breathe into your best self, breathe, embody, surrender, and transform, as you spoke to that transformational piece. So yes, definitely check out my app. And if you subscribe, you can get all access to all the exercises and affirmations and the content I'm producing every month to help support you in your breathing journey.
Well, Ali, this has been transformational. And thank you so much for all you do. And thank you for sharing your experience as a mother and suffering through and overcoming those mental health challenges. And hopefully, our viewers get a glimpse of what you have done and what you go through and how you overcome so they could incorporate some of this into their life. We're going to take a short break. When I come back, we're going to have our closing session that we're going to talk a little more about breath work, how we're going to overcome some of those challenges. We'll be right back.
Did you know fatigue and energy levels are directly related to too much acid? Restore your vitality with Balance 7. Visit balance7.com or call 1-800-793-9039 to embark on a healthier lifestyle.
As of March of 2023, 160 million Americans live in an area with mental health professional shortage, even though those who have access have a hard time dealing with these mental issues. Take high caliber celebrities like Robin Williams, Twitch, Aaron Carter, with unfortunate recent event that they have lost their life due to mental illness. So there's two components of it: accessibility and also what to do about it. And I know since access is an issue, simple technique like breath work could become part of the solution to deal with some of these mental issues. Since today we're focused more on anxiety, breath work absolutely could become a tool in your arsenal. You have to seek help as soon as possible, not only from your healthcare practitioner, or from your healthcare worker, but also seek help online. Find these means, find ways that you could empower yourself to overcome some of those challenges when it comes to your anxiety. But breathwork also work in every aspects of your health. Take, for example, cardiovascular health, hypertension. 120 million people in the United States suffering from hypertension, and that leads to cardiovascular disease, including heart attacks and strokes. Now, deep breathing techniques have shown that reduces your blood pressure, so it has a significant impact in your overall health. So all that being said and done, what can we do as a nation in order to improve that, in order to make this simple practice available to everybody? Can we create programs and sponsor programs in workplace areas? Can we give our workers enough time in order to practice these simple techniques, in order to relax, in order to be more focused? And now studies have shown that when people are more focused, more relaxed, they become more productive. As we talked about, $190 billion a year get lost. So to recover some of that, so it's a financially also makes sense to create specific programs in order to help everybody, not only in our work environment, but also outside. So it's a challenge for the country itself. We, our health departments at the local level, our government, our state, and the Congress has a responsibility to deal with this issue head on. As I said, half of Americans are suffering, and we're not doing a lot about it. So breathwork could become part of this equation, even though we have to be honest about ourselves as a physician that there's a lack of significant studies, and I want to make sure there's a different, so there's no miscalibration or mismatch between hype and evidence. The scientific research community can build on these studies preliminary and add on to it, so we have a better framework in order to present it not just to general public, but also to our healthcare providers, so they could become proactive, they could be a proponent of simple techniques. Now, today I want you to invite you to take a personal challenge of breathwork for yourself. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Just keep us informed. If you're already doing it, please let us know how it has affected your life. And if you're starting the challenge, take a couple weeks and practice, and then let us know whether this helped you or not. As you navigate the days and the weeks ahead, whether it is the morning rush, an impending deadlines, or challenging phase, remember to pause, take a deep breath, and let the simplicity of active breathing create clarity. Until we meet again, stay present and cherish each breath.
Tune into Health Check with Dr. Nooristani weekly to gain insights that can transform your health journey. Let's build a healthier, happier community together. Get ready to be informed, inspired, and tune in with your health. See you on the next episode of Health Check with Dr. Nooristani. The opinions and statements made by guests on this show are their own. Noble Productions does not constitute an endorsement or validation of what is discussed.